Hello Motoheads, and thank you for joining us. We are celebrating today because we just got a factory deal. We are riding a Suzuki for Team Yoshimura Suzuki. So stoked about it. We are actually going to ride as ourselves, or I should say I'm going to ride as myself, high water, or high watered if you will. We're just going to abbreviate it on the jersey. You can see it there above the motorcycle. And man, speaking of the motorcycle, look at this thing. Factory ride, Moto heads. Woo! Very cool, very cool. We are so stoked. We want to thank everybody involved. We've probably thanked you already. And what an opportunity. We really appreciate it. Fun times ahead here. I'm surprised we got a factory ride after our performance last weekend, Moto heads. But I do have an entire list of excuses, unlike, people with a little bit more character than I have. I've got an entire list of excuses. I'm not going to get into them. But regardless, hopefully I earn that ride this weekend. I am working for Dale, a.k.a. Dale Stingin' Rogers. I guess Dale must have saw something in us. Maybe it was the starts. We actually got good starts. I have a starting technique that I've never shared with anybody, and I have seen a couple videos, one of which is from one of the YouTubers that races in this league, on how to get hole shots. And maybe I'm onto something. I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky last week. At first I thought it might have been like a computer lag kind of thing, like, oh, maybe other guys were really ahead of me. But then I watched it from another perspective, from another YouTuber's channel, and no, we got a second place start. We were around turn 2 in second place in the first moto, which I didn't record last weekend, but this weekend I'm thinking I'll probably put both motos up. Anyway, Dale saw something in us, and it wasn't the tongue tacos and the malt liquor and the lemon heads. That was just a joke. I haven't been drunk since 2004, and the next time the booze touches my lips, it's going to be champagne, if you know where I'm going with that, Moto heads. Woo! J/K, we're not celebrating yet. We just got the job, now we got to keep it. So we've been doing a lot of training, Moto heads. A lot of ghost racing, and I'm going to talk about ghost racing here for a second. Ghost racing is awesome. Helps you learn the track. But it's just you and your ghost, and your ghost, of course, is you. So it's a total Eli Tomac solo style of training. I have nobody showing me any lines or any of that. And that's what I'm doing for now. I was advised to start with the 250s and the 250 class. And honestly, I don't enjoy riding the 250, even if I'm battling somebody as opposed to bringing up the rear. But anyway, so more about ghost racing. I can do it for a long time. I used to be a hare scrambles racer, IRL, which means in real life, by the way. It has nothing to do with anything in Ireland. So I used to race for 2.5 hours in one race. I did okay. Nobody ever paid me to do it. But regardless of all that, I'm eating oranges when I ghost race. I'm just sitting here and I'm just filling myself with oranges. And what I mean by that is I'm training for a apple eating contest, if you get my drift. It helps. Yes, it does help to ghost race. I got my lap down pretty low by my standards. But when I show up to the apple eating contest on race day, this coming Sunday, I'm going to be eating apples, not oranges. I've also constructed myself a little miniature gym so I can work out my fingers. I have weighted thimbles I have a little tiny preacher bench, and I do little finger curls, and made a little Smith's machine so I can do finger squats. My finger presses are pretty strong right now. Sometimes the chipmunks and the squirrels up here on the mountain work in with me. It's pretty cute, I ain't gonna lie. If you ever seen a Albert squirrel do flies on a flat bench, it's pretty adorable. All right, I'm getting sidetracked here. Or am I? Speaking of which, yeah, I'm living on a mountain, so I train at altitude as well. I think that's going to be to my advantage this coming race. We're going to be in High Point, by the way. That being said, we're going to go ahead and break down High Point. We're going to take you a lap around it, and we're going to talk about the point standings. Okay, this is the 450, top 10 in points. No disrespect to the 250 class. I am new here. Technically, I should be in the 250 class, but I just don't have the time right now to include the 250 class into this video. I only have stills and so much footage of the 450 class, so I'm sticking with that, and it's what I know the best. I went back and I watched a bunch of 450 races, a couple of Supercross, and I'm talking about the races that are so realistic I can hardly tell the difference. It sounds like I'm listening to Bubba talk. There's commentators. You guys got to check it out if you haven't. I will put the links in the description of this video. I get a kick out of watching it. This is such a cool thing that these guys are doing. Once again, thanks to those dudes. They know who they are. I've already said thank you to them. If I haven't, I apologize. I'm thanking you now. You know who you are. All right, we're going to start at the top here. First place in the point standings, numero uno, number one, Kuno. He's on his HRC Honda. Second in the points, number 790, Crypt Keeper. He's riding his Yoshimura Suzuki. He is my big mentor, meaning that I'll never get to his speed, but I'll take anything he gives me and I'll thank him for his help, and I'll do it very humbly. And then third place, number 11, Handy. He is on a Star Racing Yamaha, as well as fourth place, number 6, Barry, also on a Star Racing Yamaha. Now, Barry, number 6, he missed the last round, and he is nothing to mess with. I have seen Barry do some Supercross stuff that blows my mind. And then down in fifth place, Motoheads, Damo, number 666, on his Chaparral Yamaha. Damo, he's my second favorite rider on this list. I know he's not my teammate. I apologize, Dale. I got to be honest, and this is from a fan point of view. As a rider point of view, of course, I mean, Dale, yeah, of course, Dale's number one. You know, as a rider point of view, you know, the thing, you know, I know how he likes his coffee. Let's just put it that way. And then, but then, I mean, the Crypt Keeper on the Suzuki. Are you kidding me? What a monster. That guy is something else. But anyway, back to fifth place. Why do I like Damo so much? One word. Slayer! I went and saw Slayer so many times in the 1980s. You probably wouldn't believe it if I told you all the stories. All right. Go totally 100% Team Damo. Damo does rhyme with go. I think he's from one of those countries where they try their heart out to speak proper English. And they almost do it, and it's really cute, but that's okay, because I can't talk like them either. And then in sixth place, number 21, also on a Honda, it would be Trey. And I don't know much about Trey. I'm going to be honest with you. But 6th place in the point standings, to me, is highly impressive. And I'm going to tell you why. Because my favorite racer is 7th place. That's from a fan's perspective. That's number 2, Skur. And he's also on Chaparral Yamaha. Him and Damo together, there's going to be trouble between. I can just tell. I'm new here. I can tell. That's a mixture that is the equivalent of the word trouble. All right, and in 8th place in the standings is number 7, my team manager, Dale. Dale is a very, very generous man, making me a pro, giving me cash money to race my dirt bike. I'm so incredibly lucky. And do I make the money that, like, I don't know, number 790 makes? Well, of course I don't, but I'm all right with that because that's called earning your keep and earning your paycheck. And I don't mind sometimes when I got to sleep, maybe not in the rig and maybe outside. And, sometimes it rains, it gets a little bit of cold. I got a dog to keep me warm. Go Dale, go. You the man. Thanks again, bud. Appreciate it. That one time I was sleeping out of the hotel outside in the planter by the parking lot. Remember that? When I thought it was raining. And I just said, sometimes the new guy gets wet. It's a little cold, but, it is what it is. And then, it took me 2 hours because I'm not the smartest to realize that it was just a sprinkler system. That was great, Dale. You're the best. All right. Down to 9th in the point standings, number 8, Drip. Drip is a monster. I've seen him have some bad luck, and I think he's going to do a lot better this weekend. And rounding out the top 10 is number 53, Temp, on his Monster Energy Yamaha. I have nothing but huge respect to all 10 of these guys, and now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my picks. All right, in first place, and this is for the overall I'm talking about, I'm going to go with last week's winner, number 666, Damo. In second place, I believe that number 6, Barry, will be standing on that step of the podium. And then in third place, I'm going with number 790, my teammate on the Yoshimura Suzuki, the Crypt Keeper. IRL this weekend at High Point. I've got, let's see, it's going to be a mud race. I got number 7 winning not only his first moto or 2, but also his first overall, Aaron Plessinger. And then in second place, I'm going with my second favorite all-time rider, Eli Tomac, the Colorado Mountain Man. And then in third place, I think I'm going to go with Justin Cooper. Am I wrong? Leave a comment. All right, we're going to do a lap around High Point, Motoheads. This is that famous billboard turn. It's hard to overshoot that one. You just bounce off that thing. All right, full brakes going through that turn that we just did there. And I'll tell you what, Motoheads, I've been struggling with bike setup. Watch me bounce right here a little bit. All right, that's a pretty good line that we just did. Oh, kind of overshot it just a little bit. So we got our brakes set to as strong as they can be right now. I was running my brakes for a while, especially in Supercross, all the way weak. And I've also got my suspension all the way strong. And I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it. Now let me slow this down right here. We are coming into the shadows through this crazy rut. There's like no rhythm in this part of the track. It just perplexes me. I'm like, what's going on? I actually have a good run right there for me. I'm actually catching up to the Ghost. But are you kidding me? That part of the track, I think I need help on that one. All right, and then right here, I'd like to stay to the inside. and then jump all the way over that. And I know there's better lines here. I just know there are. So I'm going to try to rely on consistency, using my brakes on that downhill. It's very important to have them strong, at least as far as I can tell. I don't know, leave a comment. Let me know what you moto heads think. I'll tell you what I think. I think I can't wait till Sunday to race to the gates of hell and shake hands with the devil. Alright, moto heads, thanks for joining us as always. Whatever you do from here, have fun doing it, and we will see you in the next moto.